What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 246. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how are you doing? It's 2025, my dude.
We're back, baby.
We are so back. We obviously took a 2-week break just to kind of clear our heads after our Game of the Year episode. Nick, how are you feeling about your top 10 now that we're kind of 2 weeks away from it? How you feeling?
I'm still feeling pretty good. I did finish Dragon Quest III.
Okay.
After we did the top 10. And I don't think it would have fallen in my top 10. I really enjoyed it, but kind of fell off of it towards the end. So I don't think it would have made it. So I don't think it would have impacted it much. But
okay, that's good.
I've been playing through Metaphor too.
Dude, we're gonna be talking about Metaphor in a little bit, man. God, dude, this game is whew.
It's good. I mean,
it might go down as like my favorite JRPG of all time. It's that damn good. Like Final Fantasy X is up there, and I'm probably not thinking of a couple. There's probably some other things that I just not think off the top of my head, but Metaphor is just hitting on all cylinders right now. It is so good.
Would you consider Xenoblade? I mean, that's JRPG. It's not. I guess it's not turn based, but
yeah, and I guess that's the depiction I make is like when I say JRPG, I mean like the traditional turn-based RPG. Like I wouldn't even, I mean, I guess like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is considered a JRPG, but I don't literally mean it's made in Japan. I mean like, I know some people make those different distinctions, but like, yeah, when I say JRPG, I mean turn-based.
You mean turn-based, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but yeah, man, it could have done dangerous things to my top 10.
All that being said, with that aside, I think I'm pretty confident in my list still. Yeah. Still thinking back very fondly on Indiana Jones. So
that's the one where I feel like I was maybe a bit too harsh, and it maybe could have gone up a couple of slots for me personally. But I think just having that quest ending bug just really kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. Other than that, like the game was
that's fair,
incredible. So I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I mean,
whenever I think I had it at number 8, you were like, "What?" Because we were both like pretty high on the game. But
you almost made me like rethink my list a little bit. I was like, "Man, do I not think Indiana Jones is as good as I think it is?" But then I remembered, hey, it's my list. I can do whatever I want with it.
Exactly.
But I was like, "Damn, like this guy hated this game."
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't hate it, but I just think that one quest just kind of really soured my taste on it. But other than that, like it was such an incredible game. So I mean, I try not to nitpick too hard about that because I think I said it in the show, but like I never really come across bugs. Like I come across like glitches and frame rate issues and stuff like that all the time, but I never have came across like a quest ending bug like that before. So it kind of just threw me through a loop, and like they had addressed it in a patch, like I think the first patch they did or second, and then it still wouldn't work. So I don't know if I just completely bugged out of it or not. I'll try again, if they do another title update or something like that, just to see. But still good.
Yep,
still good. But Nick, how was before we dive? I guess you want to just dive right into the topic after this, and then we'll talk about what we've been playing, and then end on the news.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So Nick, we had 2 weeks off. We saw each other a couple times for Christmas break and stuff like that. How was your break?
It was great.
Any other games you played? I know you said you finished Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 3, played about 15 hours of Metaphor. And then I picked up Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic on the Switch.
Sweet. Yeah.
It's so fun, man. It's bringing me back because I used to play it a lot on the PC back in whenever, like 2004, 2005. I think it was free on the PC. This version was $25, so like it's a little steep, but it comes with a bunch of different maps and layouts.
Yeah,
but I've been working on one park, just been grinding away, and it's a great time. It's really taking me back with like everyone throwing up on the sidewalk and having to hire like janitors.
Have you deleted part of the track while it's running with people on it so they fly off and die?
And I don't think I can do that. Like I tried to do it, but
maybe I think they stopped after maybe the first or second one. They stopped allowing me to do that, which is
kind of a bummer. But
kind of a bummer. I mean, like
I don't know. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I mean, you can make a roller coaster that doesn't like work properly, like one that you don't get enough momentum to go up. So like it doesn't work.
Like
there's
those are like real. Like I think there's one in like Dominion's, something Dominion, Old Dominion, King Dominion, something like that. I think it's in Ohio, but yeah, they have one like that where it like shoots you up, and if it's like a windy day or something, like you won't make it all the way up and then you fly back. I'm good.
Yeah, I want a roller coaster to work exactly as intended, 100% of the time.
Yeah, I don't want to second guess it, and like I don't want to be a 50-50 shot of it making up. So
yeah.
I'd rather just know.
but it's just funny. Like I'll be just like grinding away on a roller coaster, and I'll see a big red bannered message pop up at the bottom, and it'll say, "Your park is disgusting. You need to hire more people to clean it up." Or like,
man, you're giving me like a little bit of a little nostalgia right now. Like I might have to pick this up.
Once you start it and you hear the sounds of like the people screaming on the roller coaster and like everyone just kind of like bustling around, I think it'll bring back.
Did this just come out? Did this just come out on Switch?
It came out in December. So it was pretty recent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need to check that out for sure. Yeah, that game was like that game was great back in the day.
Yeah. Other than
that and like the Sim, like the original Sims, just those original games really hit.
Because we played that on PC, and I played a lot of Herbs and like my Sims or Sims something on the DS. It might have been like Sims 2 or something. Yeah, but it was a truncated version of what Sims usually is.
Sweet, yeah, great game.
What they need to do, I don't know who like makes these games, but like all the like the mini clip games, like Trials and
Trials,
like all those
kind of Trials, like a traditional trial. Like I know they made like the fusion, like and stuff like that, and it wasn't the same. But man. Yeah, where's Trials at? Like, give us just like a remake of Trials HD. I mean, we played so much of that game back in the day
because that was the arcade, Xbox arcade one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man,
just like you instantly hit B and it restarts you. Like, oh man, it was so good. Lots of rage moments.
I wonder if that's still on the. Wonder if that's still on the Xbox store.
I bet it is. I'm sure you can. It's backwards compatible.
Might have to boot that up. We'll see. What about you? What other games have you been playing? I know you played a ton of Metaphor.
Yeah, I'm almost 40 hours of Metaphor. And we'll talk about what I've been playing here in a little bit. I've been playing some Call of Duty. I've been trying out the Xbox. I got the Amazon Fire Stick 4K on sale for like $25. So I've been trying out the Xbox Cloud on that. It works pretty good. Pretty solid. Nice. Little janky. The app itself
thing.
Yeah, the app itself is a little janky, but as far as like playing, like I was playing Call of Duty on it, played some Fortnite, like it runs pretty good, all things considered, over the cloud. So not too bad. So I'll definitely like probably bring that with me if we ever go out of town or something. Just stick it into the TV and you can just play.
Everything is an Xbox.
Everything's an Xbox. But yeah, other than that, I mean, played a ton of Metaphor. Just kind of, just played a ton of Metaphor. it was great. I've had an absolute blast playing through that game. But yeah, other than that, just been chilling. I watched through the Squid Game season 2 that dropped. I don't know. You've seen the first one, right?
Yeah. I still need to watch the second one.
Yeah, season 2 it's really, really good. I liked it a lot. It's interesting like trying to yes and no, like the first like few episodes, because they like split. I think season 2, it's always funny nowadays like saying a season is too long, because like back in the day, like a normal season was like 24 episodes, but now with Netflix and stuff like that, like you're lucky to get 8. So I think this one has 7 episodes, 6 or 7, and it definitely ends on like a cliffhanger, and then I think season 3 is coming like in June of 2025, so not too far out.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. But yeah, really awesome, really great. was interesting. If I was curious if they were going to get back to the games, and they absolutely do. But it makes sense in the scheme of like the story on why they go back to the games. But yeah, really cool. Was playing some Call of Duty. They added Squid Game to that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. That was a lot of fun playing through that.
Nice.
But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good. Got 8 days off. Was not looking forward to go back at all. But got to.
but we persevered, and here we are.
Yep. And I knew, the start of 2025, kind of all hell broke loose with the Switch 2 stuff. So it's gonna be a great year. It's gonna be a great year.
I just want them to announce it at this point. I mean, everyone does. I'm not saying anything original here, but
yeah,
it's time. It's
yeah, it is absolutely time.
Yeah.
But speaking of 2025, the main topic of the show is we are going to draft our games for the Fantasy Critic website, which is those who don't know, and bear with us, audio listeners. We'll try our best to make sure you guys are completely up to date. But basically, it's football fantasy with video games, and you project the points, and the higher, whatever scores the most on Open Critic, I think, gets the points. So we both thought that you won, Nick, and turns out that I ended up winning by 2 points, something crazy.
By 2.2 points, something like that, 2.3. It was my own fault. It's my own fault. I didn't pick my counter picks before November 1st, which meant that I had 2 empty counter pick slots. And a counter pick, for anyone who's wondering, is I'm basically betting against a game that Harrison has picked, right? So he picked up Sparking Zero. I counter picked against it. If it scored below a 70, I would give points. And if it scored anything above a 70, I would lose points.
Yep.
I had 2 open slots that I didn't fill, and because of that, I got negative 30 points. So
in which I didn't. I mean, I had 1 counter pick left, and I don't think I ever went after we did it last year. I don't think I ever went back and counter picked anything. So it just happened to work out that way. So
you lost 15. I lost 30.
You lost 30. Yeah.
So
and you were beating me by
17 points, probably.
Yeah, you're up a pretty good, a comfortable amount going into the holiday. We were thinking maybe potentially Metroid could have gotten Shadow Drop or something, Metro Prime 2 remaster, but that never happened. But so let's dive into
all that being said, before we start,
number
1, I owe you a game of your choosing. I think this year the winner should still get a game.
Okay.
And the loser has to play what has been deemed the worst game of the year. And we don't know what that's going to be now, but we'll know it when we see it.
Okay. I like it.
All right. Well, I have a coin flip simulator right here. We can flip to see who drafts first.
Okay.
All right. Do you want heads or tails?
Heads.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. It is tails.
Okay. All right.
Meaning I get to draft first.
You don't want to defer to me? Just kidding.
No, I think I'll defer to myself.
All right. Well, and we did change up our names a little bit this year. So we use number 1 fan. And I am James Loves Pillow Talk. A little sound.
He does, that dirty rascal.
All right. Well, let's get this party started.
When I want to start drafting, Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just reading the. All right, I'm up first. And Harrison, I know it's a risky pick.
Okay.
Because knowing Rockstar, this bad boy's gonna slip.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Monster Hunter Wilds anyway.
I like it. I'm gonna refresh my screen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so new game. Okay. I guess, yeah, that's fine. Yep. Well, I'll switch it over real quick, just so you can't see my screen. All right. Whew, okay. You know what? Let me.
Are you gonna take the risk? Are you gonna lock it in?
I'm gonna lock in Elden Ring Night Rain. It's a new game.
Oh, that's a risky one too.
Yeah, because that one could not be great.
It's a multiplayer only game. Yep. Well, I guess it can be single player, but yeah, that's a risk. All right, my next pick is going to be Split Fiction.
That is
that's a good
fantastic,
pick.
Fantastic pick.
Yeah, given their track record, I think it's going to be a good one.
Wait, did you already draft?
I might have froze up on me. Let me refresh real quick.
Because right now it's saying it's my draft pick.
Next to draft.
Let me refresh again.
Does it still say you?
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, it's not giving me the option to.
I wonder if because you went first, I get to go too. I wonder if it does that.
Oh, you know what? I think that's right.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna steal that one. All right. I'm gonna go.
Hey, you do whatever you want.
I think I had it on my list last year, but I'm gonna do it. I'm going for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
God. Madman.
Yeah. All right, now it should be yours.
Yep. All right, I will go with Split Fiction. And then I draft again. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, well, I actually don't know how the rules work. After this, it may just go back and forth.
Yeah. All right, next up. Yeah, I'm gonna do GTA 6.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's gonna get delayed. Yeah, it's super risky. I think I can drop it if it gets delayed. We'll see. All right, so far I have GTA 6, Split Fiction, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Harrison has Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Elden Ring Night Rain.
All right, so it is my turn to draft. God.
And for those who are unaware, right now we're going to draft 12 games each. And then throughout the year, you can pick up another 12 games as they're, as new games are announced or shadow dropped or, whatever have you. So basically, in total, you have 24 games.
I'm going to do it. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh, boy.
That's such a risky one.
I had that on my list all year.
You did?
All year last year. I think you get to go again.
Okay, yep. All right. I'm gonna show a little Xbox love here. I'm gonna go with Doom: The Dark Ages.
I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, should be. Yep, here's your now. Feeling good about this list.
Already looking hot. All right, Harrison. I'm going unannounced Mario Kart.
I think we might know about that game here in like the next couple weeks. I feel like it's going to be a launch title
than it was last year.
Yeah. I like it.
Let's see. And then I get one more pick.
I guess we just do, it's just 2, right?
Yeah, I guess it's just 2 and 2.
Okay.
I'll go Ghost of Yotai.
Okay. I was looking at that one.
Is that confirmed to be a 2025 game?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. All right. It's my go. Up. Let's see.
These lists are looking crispy so far. Could go with Fable, Avowed, show some more Xbox love. Yeah. Claire Expedition 33.
I was looking at that one.
Did that one already have a game preview?
I don't know if it did or not. But you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Nice.
And then I get one more. Let's see.
Oh, little breaking news, but season 2 of The Last of Us comes out April 2025.
Oh, let's go.
Also, there's going to be a Horizon Zero Dawn movie adaptation.
Sure. Keep it going. I don't think that game's coming out this year.
Which one?
You know, I'm gonna take Xenoblade.
Nice.
All right.
I think what X reviewed like pretty well.
Yeah, I think it was like in the upper 80s, maybe.
Okay.
And that is my only one on the list that has a release date.
Nice. In bold.
So as Nick is picking right now, he has got GTA 6, Ghost of Yotai, Split Fiction, Monster Hunter Wilds, and an unannounced next mainline Mario Kart game. And I've got Metro Prime 4 Beyond, Hollow Knight Silksong, Doom, The Dark Ages, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. That was like the really nice looking JRPG that was showing up at I think the Game Award, or no. The Summer Games Fest, maybe.
I thought it was Xbox,
or maybe it might have been Xbox's event, and then Elden Ring Night Rain. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Xbox's stuff.
All right, I'm gonna go Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Okay.
Which was on one of our lists.
It was on my list, I think, last year, and I thought it was supposed to come out last year, but I guess it never had a release date.
Yeah. And then I will also go with on an unannounced mainline 3D Mario platformer.
Okay. Very bold.
It's bold. We'll see.
All right, my turn. Let's see.
These are going to be tough to counterpick.
All right, I'm going to go with Fable. And let's look at
Fable's a good pick.
Let's go to unannounced and look.
Just trying to think of what other Switch 2 games.
I'm going to go unannounced Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake, because that is heavily rumored. Yeah. It may get revealed sometime this month.
You think that'll be a part of the, like that January?
I think
developer direct?
Yeah, I think it could be one that could just shadow drop.
Yeah.
Shadow drop, that'd be crazy. All right. It is your go.
Oh, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, these are going to be very hard to counter pick.
Mm-hmm. This might be a dumb pick, but I'm gonna go Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Okay, I feel like that's
they delayed it. They've been working hard on it. It seems like they're really taking that feedback from Star Wars Outlaws and applying it to this game. So
yeah,
hopefully it turns out.
I had that on my list last year, and then it ended up getting getting pushed.
Yeah. Let's see, and then I'll also. I guess I'll choose Avowed, which I think was on my list last year. It got pushed.
Yeah. Yep.
This is just a repeat of 2024.
Pretty much.
Okay. Did that show up? Did that work? Let me see. Might have to click it again.
Let me refresh. I don't see anything yet.
Okay.
But it hasn't kicked back over to me yet. I'm
just gonna try it again.
There we go. Wow, nice. All right, what do I need? I need a remake. I guess I don't have to do a remake, right? I can.
You don't have to do it now. But you need one remake by the end of the year.
Okay. All right, let's do unannounced and see. This is where it gets a little bit, because like you had Fire Emblem last year and that never came out.
I had Fire Emblem. I had a 3D. I think I had Mario Kart on there as well. I mean, we were really hoping the Switch 2 was going to come out in 2024.
Yeah, I think most people did.
Yep.
3. All right, I'm gonna go Resident Evil 9 as my unannounced, my second one. I think that has a high possibility of coming out this year. Yeah. And then I need one more. All right, let's see. We just don't know if that game's coming out or not. Yeah, I don't see that game coming out. You know what? I'll take Like a Dragon. There's usually
historically they've reviewed really well.
Yeah,
it's crazy how fast they pump those games out.
Yeah. All right, looks like it froze up on me, so should go through in a second.
Okay, if it's stuck on the draft screen, you might have to refresh it and do it again.
Oh, okay. I'll do it again then. There we go. Cool.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll be a high scoring one.
Yeah, that one's. Yeah, I mean that's such an obscure, especially that first one was such an obscure game. I think it was in the mid '80s, right? Mid to high '80s,
mid to low.
Mid to low. Okay,
maybe 84.
I feel like the PS5 one got higher review scores because I think they improved a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right, I will also go with Pokemon Legends ZA.
Okay, tricky one.
And just hope that that's good. Hope it's a good game.
Yeah, I really hope it's a great game too. And it better be. I think it should be a Switch 2 exclusive, to be honest.
I mean, I think if it comes out late enough in the year, well, I think it's going to come to the Switch one, but I think it'll come to the Switch 2 as well, or at least be what you can.
Is this our last 2? You said we got to do 12 total.
I believe so. Yeah, 12, and then we do 2 counter picks.
Okay. All right. I gotta do a remake. Not a lot of options for remakes. What do I need? So I'll do Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake.
Nice.
And then I will go Mafia: The Old Country.
Nice. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Okay. And you should have one left?
I think so. Man, any other PS5 games coming out?
Not that we. I mean, Wolverine, but I don't think that's an option. But I don't think Wolverine's coming out this year. I don't know. It was like last year. I mean, we didn't know about Astrobot until it came out, and then it was one of the best games of the year. So who knows?
I will take a risk with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Okay. I mean, the first one reviewed pretty well, didn't it?
I think it did.
Let's see. We go over on Kingdom.
And that one comes out pretty soon.
Yeah. I got a 76.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, those are okay. We had last year we had a lot that were in the 70s.
Yeah. It adds up. It all adds up.
Yeah.
All right. So I think you. Oh, let me refresh.
I think you're up for counter picks.
Okay, now it's time for draft counter pick. Okay. All right. Well, I'm immediately going to counter pick GTA 6.
Wait, can you counter pick it coming out?
Yeah.
So if it gets delayed, then what happens?
You don't lose points. I don't think we have our set up to lose points because my Assassin's Creed Shadows, I didn't lose any points. I just.
Did I counter pick that one?
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having to refresh.
If you not fill this up at the end of the year, it will count as negative 15 points. Additionally, after November 1st, you'll only be able to counterpick a game with a confirmed release date. Okay.
Gotcha. Oh, shoot. Well, I will counterpick. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna counterpick Elden Ring Night Rain.
You think it's going to get below a 70?
Who knows, man? It's really hard to have a highly rated like multiplayer
only kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm up again.
Man.
And then I'll counterpick. I'm going to counterpick Like a Dragon.
Okay.
I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about that one.
All right. So it's my turn. All right. Let me look at the list. I mean, Konami's with Silent Hill 2. I mean, I feel like they're kind of rolling with their games right now.
Right.
So Metal Gear, I don't think, and Split Fiction. I mean, there's been that game. I would be shocked if that game was anything below like an 85.
I mean, I think the obvious choice here is Pokemon, but
yeah, but even then, Pokemon Arceus was still what in the 80s.
Yeah, I think it was like low 80s. I mean, Avowed. I don't know. Avowed could suck.
I don't want it to though.
I mean, I don't want any of these games to suck, but
you know what? I'm going to just based off Avowed. I think is going to be good. I think Avowed's going to be good. Ghost of Yotei, if that comes out, that's going to be incredible. Pokemon ZA, I think it's going to be good. I mean, even if it's in the mid 80s, that's still solid. I'm going to count. I think I'm just going to kind of Kingdom Come.
Okay.
Just based off of the other scores.
Yeah. All right, so that's the draft.
That comes out in that's February. That's like soon.
It's February. It's pretty close. Okay, so on my side, I have Grand Theft Auto 6, Ghost of Yotei, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Avowed, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Pokemon Legends ZA, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Split Fiction, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, Monster Hunter Wilds, unannounced Mario Kart, unannounced 3D Mario platformer. And then my counter picks are Elden Ring Night Rain and Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
And mine are on the regular side. It's Metro Prime 4 Beyond, Hollow Knight Silksong, Doom: The Dark Ages, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Fable, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Mafia: The Old Country, new game. That's like a new game, right? Not like a part of a series. New game
franchise.
Okay, and then I've got that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 remake. I've got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. New game is Elden Ring Night Rain. Unannounced is Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. Resident Evil 9 unannounced. And my counter pick is GTA 6 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So right now with the projected points, Nick, you are set to beat me by 18 points. Obviously, we know as of last year, anything is possible. Anything can happen. We just got to make sure we do our counter picks.
And the problem with my list is a lot of it hinges on GTA 6 coming out. But if it does, that's not only a lift for me, but it's a blow to you if there's above a 70, which I think it would, unless it launches in a terrible state.
Yeah.
Possible.
That's possible. But I think most reviewers understand that it's the single player that, well, maybe not what most
they're
people
reviewing
want.
the single player.
Yeah, they're reviewing the single player, and the multiplayer is kind of like secondary for the hardcore like reviewers and stuff like that. So so we'll Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out on February 4th, which is your first game and my first counter pick. So that'll be an interesting start.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. And then of course we'll add stuff, and we'll keep everybody updated as we go along. But
oh yeah,
awesome. Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good about it. Got some good stuff. And if all these games somehow come out this year, what a year.
That's an incredible year.
Yeah, what a year. Yeah, this year, I think we talked about it before, this year has the potential of being like 2023 and 2007. So 2004 with Halo 2 coming out, like there, I mean, lot of
dude. If we get Prime 4 and GTA 6, Silksong, Doom, Fable,
new Mario, 3D Mario, what does that look like?
Mario Kart. I'm sure some other Nintendo stuff. If Death Stranding 2 is really good, Assassin's Creed Shadows is really good. Like, that's a stellar year. Hey, let me pull up 2024 real quick just to see how that looked. I mean, 2024 looked great too. Yeah, you had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Persona 3 Reload, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Indiana Jones, Unicorn Overlord.
It was a good year.
Good year. There were some like smaller games and remakes that were really good. Like games like Unicorn Overlord and like SteamWorld Heist 2.
SteamWorld Heist 2.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of indie stuff last year, but it was all really good stuff. So yeah, solid year. But yeah, if this year hits on all fronts, like it could potentially, we don't even know, there could be some other Switch 2 stuff that we just don't don't know about yet. There could be a Zelda remake thrown around in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Metro Prime 2 and 3 could come out. Whatever other crazy, maybe a new IP from Nintendo that could be really, really good. So there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't even know about yet. So, all right, Nick,
real quick.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to bring up the games that we had picked last year that didn't come out, and let's just do a pulse check on those. So, on my side, I had picked Fire Emblem Genealogy: The Holy War remake. That obviously didn't come out and still hasn't been announced. So that's, nowhere to be seen. I had Hollow Knight Silksong. Who knows what that is? It's on your list now, so have fun with it. And then I had Mario Kart. Which is on my list again this year. Hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, I think it will. I think I still think it's gonna be a launch title, but we'll see. Yeah.
And then you had Prime 2 Remastered, which I thought would have been a lock for last year, but
Nintendo hates fun.
You had Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is now on my list. You had unannounced The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
That was just Hopium.
Yeah, that was Hopium. Copium.
And I think that was before, like, or maybe it was after. Damn, I don't know. No, it had to have been before Echoes of Wisdom got announced. Yeah. Which, is it crazy? I was thinking about it after we did the show, but a new Zelda game comes out and it wasn't anywhere close to our top 10, or at least wasn't in our top 10 at all. That's kind of sad.
Kind of sad. But I would say for me it was like number 11.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, not fantastic.
Yeah, it wasn't quite on par with what we've been getting from Zelda in the last few years.
No.
Is that all the games?
You also had Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Okay, yeah, and you got that one now.
Yep.
Cool. All right, lock it in. Let's go.
Lock it in.
All right. Well, let's talk about what we've been playing. I guess we'll end with Metaphor since we've been playing that a ton. I mentioned it before, but I've been playing the Call of Duty. They added the Squid Game stuff, so there's like a mini battle pass in that. So I ended up having enough Call of Duty points, so I bought the pass. And it's got like the Squid Game skins and stuff like that. Some guns with bling on it, whatever. But the most interesting thing is in the game they added a red light green light mode, which is I tried it once or twice and I lost. That was cool. And then what's more interesting, I think, is they have a mode that's kind of like it's like domination, hardpoint, deathmatch, but they add like Squid Game elements to it. So occasionally when you kill somebody, they'll drop like the piggy bank that's like in the like the big piggy bank that's in the show. And if you pick it up, it's like an extra 150 points towards your score streak. So you could like I was just flying off of my score streaks playing this game. And then eventually, if you get your score streak so high, you unlock the red light, green light robot girl. So you can control it and say green light, and people can move. And then if you switch it, cool. if you hit on the D-pad and hit red light and they're still moving, it kills them and you get the points. So little stuff like that they've added in is a lot of fun. And then just like the skins and stuff, like I don't think they've maybe now, but I think you can purchase like the robot girl's skin and a couple of other the character skin in the game. So yeah, just cool stuff like that. I always appreciate, and that's where like I go back to like Fortnite and other games that do these weird events where, you know, I was kind of taking a break with Call of Duty, and once they announced that, it brought me back in. So I think it's, and as goofy as it is, like what, you know, running around with the Squid Game costume on, and being pretty silly, it's still fun. Like, and them incorporating some really cool events. Cause I mean, that's what got me back into Fortnite a couple years ago, whenever they put the DBZ stuff in there. You know, they had like the Kamehameha blast and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think just events like that, you know, really, really cool events, and not just add skins to the game, but actually create, you know, a game mode or
like cool mechanics.
Yeah, cool mechanics.
Yeah.
And Fortnite's usually really, really good about doing that stuff anyways, but that's the first time I've done something with Call of Duty since they've added stuff like this is like the first event they've done like this in Black Ops 6. So yeah, really, really cool stuff. Had a lot of fun playing it. And then just to kind of piggyback off of that, I did get the 4K Amazon Fire TV stick, so you could play the Xbox app on there, and you can run Game Pass and stuff like that. Tried out some Fortnite, worked pretty good. Tried Call of Duty out, a little rough around the edges. There was definitely some latency issues. I couldn't tell if it was the controller or if it was just the Wi-Fi. It wasn't quite, but also like when I had just the regular app open, there was some latency issues, and it was a little clunky. And it's still in beta, like it still says beta across the top. So I'm sure they'll work out those kinks as they have more time to develop that. But that's really cool. I mean, I got it for like $25, and you know, I can take it anywhere in the house. You know, I could, if we're wherever traveling, I can take that with me instead of, and not have to worry about not playing my Xbox or something like that. If I want to if I'm playing something on Game Pass, so that was really cool.
Can you do remote play with it, or is it just
you can't do remote play, but there is certain games that aren't on Game Pass that you can buy. Like I think there's like some Assassin's Creed games on there that you can purchase and play over the cloud using that, and I'm sure they'll open that up. You know, as the time goes on. But yeah, there are some games, but I do not think you can actually like remote play from your Xbox. Okay. But I mean, I've got my phone, so if I want to remote play from that, that's fine. So yeah, I mean, again, like everyone kind of laughed with like the whole marketing thing for Xbox when they said everything's an Xbox, but you know, once all that stuff starts getting implemented, I think they're getting ready to release it on like the LG TVs here in the near future. So you know, with CES, I think this week, I'm sure they'll announce some more stuff like that. So yeah, at least, you know, Xbox is keeping it interesting a little bit, you know, as they're not selling so many consoles, they're kind of finding other ways
they're having to expand,
get people into the ecosystem. So yeah, cool stuff.
I mean, I truly think that's where the future is, and not just necessarily streaming, but playing your games on different devices. Like, I mean, last night I played Metaphor on the Backbone in bed.
I really kind of want a PlayStation Portal, not gonna lie.
I do too. Like this game specifically makes me want.
Yeah. I was in GameStop. I took Kellen, he wanted to spend some money on some Pokemon cards for Christmas. And they had one used, and it was like $170, which if I'm only saving $30, I'm just going to get the regular, the retail edition or whatever. But yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, I kind of want this. And I know it's because of Metaphor, right? But
yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, but the fact that you can, and not that I have PlayStation Plus Premium anymore, but like you can play games from there too.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to be connected to your device. You don't need to just do remote play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was playing.
Let's think about it. I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Because I was like, man, this phone screen's so tiny, and it got like blurry sometimes while it was like loading. So yeah, that made me want the Portal, but I know it's probably not a good investment.
Yeah.
But I was looking up some videos today on
I would just like to hold one and like just try it. I think that would kind of like, feed my hunger,
settle your urge a little bit.
Yeah, settle the urge down a little bit, but yeah, and I did play some Metaphor too on because I think you got me that, right? Or was that Mom?
I did, yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing that with that a little bit. And it's very cool. Playing on the phone, it works pretty good. But yeah, that's what I've been playing other than Metaphor. Have you played anything else?
Not anything else that I hadn't already talked about.
Okay.
Yeah, just Dragon Quest 3 and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Metaphor, man.
Metaphor, dude.
Metaphor is, again, I mean, we said it at the beginning of the show, but yeah, this could have easily. I don't know where the story's gone. I thought I was in like the end game and a story beat happened, and now I'm not. I'm very much not. So it's definitely one of those games. But it doesn't feel like I'm glad it kept going, because when I got to a certain point and I was like, man, like, is the game over already? Like, I heard it was a really long game, and I've been doing like every side quest and doing every like mission with your party members. But yeah, I got to that certain story beat and it happened, and then now I'm in a different area. So yeah, this game is, again, I don't know how the story is going to end, but I'm loving the story. I'm loving just the metaphor of human existence, and it's hilarious that humans are like these weird, grotesque monsters.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if they're going to kind of tie it in, and I don't know the story at all, so I'm not spoiling anything that I don't know. But I wonder if there's going to be a kind of how like Gears of War did it, where like the locusts were humans that were like experimented on. So I wonder if there's going to be something like that that's with the story with those creatures kind of showing up out of nowhere. But again, I don't know anything, so
I have to wonder if there has to be some relation to like the fantasy novel.
Yeah.
And humans. I don't know what it would be, but I mean, you probably know more than I do about it, but
not where I'm at. Yeah. There's nothing really been explained too much about the humans, other than them just kind of, showing up. But I'm sure there'll be a significant revelation. But yeah, man, the combat is like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I'm not a big, like in Final Fantasy games, like I'm not a big fan of characters changing jobs all the time. I never really, like when I come across a new character, like I like them to be that specific character for the rest of the game. I don't like to have the option, but in this game, like,
something
I love
about it feels so right. And like the fact that you can level up your knight to level 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you could like kind of like upgrade to like a mage knight.
And then
and then probably further on beyond that. Like that's that feels very Fire Emblem to me, like the class promotions. So that's a big draw. But
I think it kind of like, because like each character has like stats based off of their like initial archetype. So like I think it wants you to kind of guide them along that path. But you can also, like, if someone is like prolific in magic, I mean, you can easily make them a mage. And it really, like, depending on what monster you're fighting, like I've died a bunch of times in this game with my time with it, but you just have to kind of play around with the archetypes and figure out the weaknesses and stuff like that. The only thing I dislike, and maybe I'm just not looking at it right, but when you fight the same enemy it doesn't save their weakness. Like if they have like a base weakness, it doesn't save it. Like
I thought it did. Like I thought if you
like if I hit the left trigger, like it'll pull up their weaknesses, but it doesn't. I don't think it saves it. I think you have to like figure out the weakness for each battle. I mean, you can remember it, but if you remember the weakness, then it'll say after you do the first hit, it'll say weakness, and then
I thought even if you were in a new fight, if you hovered over like one of your attacks, like it would say weak, or like if you press it and then once you select, like as you're going to select the enemy to attack, it says like weak over their head, right?
Well, it does in the fight itself, but I'm talking about like
when you do enemy, like the pulse thing.
Yeah, like when you fight like a chimera in one area and then you fight another one in a different area, like they're that same they have the same right? They have the same weakness, but when I click on the left trigger in the fight and it shows like the the little tiles of all the weaknesses and their counter, like their buffs and stuff, it doesn't show up until I physically do that attack again, and then it'll show up.
Oh, okay. I've never done like the L2 thing in battle.
Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like. It doesn't seem like it may, and I could just be missing something, but it doesn't seem like it shows up and carries over and like saves from encounter to encounter, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But
I haven't noticed that. Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm sure there's other RPGs that have done this before, but being able to kill monsters in the overworld without actually having to go into a fight is also really, really cool.
So
I love it.
Yeah. That's such a quality of life addition.
Yeah.
That I don't think was present in Persona 5. This is coming from someone who played 10 hours of it.
Yeah.
But a quick comparison, I love the fact that Metaphor does not take place in a school setting.
It just feels the only thing that's hindered me from like wanting to get into Persona, because I'm not saying that people that play Persona are weirdos or anything like that, but like I don't have the urge to have a bunch of teenagers, going into relationships. And this one, that I don't think there's any relationships, like love interest kind of thing. It's just all relationships based on like friendship.
It's all bonds, kind of.
Yeah, all bonds.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not.
It's really cool.
Don't nobody take this the wrong way, but yeah, I'm not saying it's weird or anything, but I just, and maybe because I was thinking about it, I was like, well, man, this game is so good. Maybe I should check out Persona 3 Reloaded, on Game Pass. And I might do that and just play with it for a couple of hours and see how I like it. But yeah, nothing has really drawn me into the Persona series. So yeah, I'm glad that this one is so different.
Yeah.
Story-wise.
And that's why I was more drawn to SMT5 too, because like that one doesn't have like that one really doesn't have like the date or the calendar system at all.
Yeah.
It's really just like a kind of a base RPG where you have an open world and you run around and fight monsters.
Yeah.
But the monsters are like the same as the ones in Persona. So that's
okay.
Yeah.
And then that's what I love too. It's like the whole time mechanic. Like I thought at first I was like, I don't know if I'm going to love this. But it definitely gives you plenty of time to, level up and do side quests in between like the big missions. But just whenever you get out of like the first city, the Grand Trad, and you get to travel with your companions and like you're just on the runner. Yeah. And you can just go outside and just kind of watch the environment go around you and stuff like that. And then like all the stuff you can do inside, just like the cooking mechanic, and it's all little dumb things, but it all like passes the time. So you can kind of choose like, okay, today I want to work on my courage. I want to get my courage up, because like getting each, like your eloquence and your courage and your wisdom, you have to level those up in order to progress the side, like this individual side missions with each character. So you can kind of choose to focus on that. And then, yeah, and just like they'll stop at places that are like beautiful and they'll, do like a photo, like, man, it feels like an adventure. It really does. Like I get so excited when, I make the time to go on a side quest and like, it's like, okay, it's going to take 3 days to get there. I'm like, yes, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. And like
I love that mechanic.
For it. You talk to the guy in the tavern, you understand like the monster's weaknesses going into this dungeon or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little samey. Like once you go to like the 3 or 4 cities, it is kind of like samey. So if I have to nitpick it there, yeah, but it's still fun. Like I love it.
Yeah, and all the characters that I've come across are really great. Like the main cast of characters is
Hazme is
really exceptional.
It's good. But we won't spoil anything. But yeah, Hazme is such a cool character, and his arc is awesome too. So yeah, this game is just I the only thing I guess the kind of the criminal thing it does is like weapons and armor and stuff. They don't show up, as like you don't physically change, like you don't see the armor on your character.
You don't see the armor. I think you only see like weapon effects. So like if you have like a fire sword, you can see the fire.
Yeah. Did you
I guess that's true.
At the very beginning of the game when you're in the mines, did you kill the dragon?
Yeah.
Or you did? Okay. Yeah, you get a pretty badass sword.
I think that's
that carried
a lot.
Yeah. For a while. So yeah. So, this game. Good.
Just a quick question for you. What's your archetype for your main character, for your protagonist?
I've been going as the healer. So I started out as the seeker, of course, and then kind of moved over to the mage seeker. And then once I unlocked the healer, I switched over to that, and now I think I'm the cleric now. And then I have to get to level 20 to the cleric, and then whatever the last lineage is for that one. That's the one that has like the big heals and light magic and stuff. So still a big healer, but also like can take a lot of damage too. So
gotcha. Yeah, maybe I should do that because I think I'm the mage seeker.
Yeah.
Right now, and I switch around a lot. I was like the fighter for a little bit.
Yes, the brawler was awesome. Yeah,
that one's cool.
That one's the gamble because like you have to you use HP instead of MP.
Yeah,
but it's a nice gamble to take.
And then there's the merchant, which like you can use gold to attack. Yep. That's kind of fun.
That came in clutch with the those little chest monsters. The classic RPG.
Yeah,
chest monsters because they'll stop and pick up the coins and lose a turn. It's
the combat's so flashy too.
It is, so quick, so flashy.
Really yeah, it's got a lot going for it. I'm really loving this game.
It's pretty darn good. I thought I had something to say, but I can't remember.
Do you have a favorite arc so far? I guess being as spoiler free as possible, but
favorite city. I mean, probably the third area. Have you gotten to the third area yet? Like that's on the water.
I'm still doing the second one with the missing kids.
Okay, that one was a really good arc too. Really, really awesome boss fight at the end of that one.
Nice.
Probably the third area is my favorite looking one. They do some really, really cool stuff with the environment, with like the magla and stuff in the ocean. That one's really cool. And then like also like, we always love a good fast travel in a video game. The way they handle fast travel in this game is so cool, and it's like the way it happens in the story, it's like so unexpected, and you're like, holy shit. And then
I didn't think I'd be able to fast travel, and then suddenly you're able to.
Yeah, again, we don't want to spoil it because it is a really cool moment. But once you get fast traveling, it's limited. You can only fast travel to like big ports and where you've been before. So it makes sense in the context of the story. But it's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens at the right time.
Yeah,
in this game.
Yeah. There's a pacing issue. Like I've seen none yet. I mean, even like going through the dungeons is a lot of fun. Like sometimes they can take you an hour, sometimes they can take you a little bit longer. It just kind of depends. Mm-hmm. But I feel like everything's just so well paced. The story's paced well. The unlocking, like, I've been doing everything, but like once you start unlocking your archetypes, like you start getting them like pretty quickly. Like right now, my main, the ones that I'm not gonna spoil anything, but have you gotten the Gunner archetype yet?
Yep.
Okay, so that one's awesome. The second version of that is really, really good. So I've got Stroll as that one. I've got the main character, the main protagonist as the cleric right now. I've got Heismay as an assassin,
which I'm assuming is an upgrade from the thief.
Yeah, it's the second form after the thief, and there's one more after that, I believe. So I've got him as an assassin, and then I've got I'm not going to tell the other two characters, but Hulkenberg, I've got her, I think, as a commander right now, which you get you'll be able to get after you finish up the arc you're on now.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, really, really interesting combat, like doing the formation stuff, sending characters to the front and back to either decrease damage or increase output damage. Yeah, it's hitting on all fronts for me. Yeah, it's great. We'll definitely have to do a spoiler cast once we're done with this one. Yeah, for sure. But all right, well let's dive into we'll finish off the show with some news. So we've got, I think I had it. Did I have it pulled up? So Xbox is the next gen Xbox is title is code what's the phrase? Codenamed
Prime.
Yeah, Xbox Prime, which I saw like someone had like a video of like a shrunken down Xbox with Prime stickers all over it. which is funny, but it's rumored to come out in 2026, which I always thought that was kind of the next step for Xbox is release something in 2026, get ahead of the curve with PlayStation. You know, they just had their PlayStation Pro, so I don't foresee them having something until maybe 2027, if not 2028 for PlayStation. So I feel like Xbox should absolutely do that. Same thing they did with the 360. They jump started the generation, get a year or two ahead of PlayStation. And make it a handheld, make it a handheld hybrid like the Switch 2 is or the Switch is, and just be different. And then have your Xbox Everywhere stuff. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Are you saying keep the Series X and Series S as like kind of like sister, like companion consoles to this handheld, or phase those out?
I'd just phase them out at this point. Just do the handheld, just abandon, I think, the regular hardware.
Dockable.
Yeah, definitely have maybe have a separate dock, maybe that you have to buy separately to try to keep the cost down. But yeah, just abandon the Series X and S aren't selling at all. And if they're going to put everything on PlayStation and PC, and they've already been put on PC, but they're going to put everything on PlayStation 5 and probably the Switch too. Just abandon it. Do the handheld thing.
Get rid of your physical media for Xbox because it doesn't sell.
Yeah, get rid of the physical. You'll save money with pressing discs. Just go all digital. Just go all digital. Be the first company to just go all digital with your handheld. I mean, people love the handheld market right now, so dive right into that. Yeah, just if you're gonna do it, just do it. Go all in.
Yeah, I kind of agree. They've already started this marketing cycle of everything's an Xbox. This is kind of the natural next step is follow the trend of like handheld gaming and actually do it right, and don't use like the Microsoft OS. Just make it like a dedicated OS.
Yeah, I do not want Microsoft. I don't want it running.
Yeah, shitty OS.
Yeah. Make a dedicated OS to whatever the handheld thing is. I don't want it to be like a ROG Ally that's running Microsoft in the background. No,
you don't need an internet browser on there. Like you just make it like the Switch. Make it super simple from a UI, from an OS perspective.
Yeah.
Have your Xbox store on there or whatever. Just make it dedicated.
It's got to be dedicated. If it runs Microsoft Windows in the background, you failed. That's not what people want. Yeah, no browser, none of that garbage. Just a dedicated OS like the Switch, and just keep it moving.
Yeah, and I think it should be able to stream games as well, but you have to be able to play games natively. on there.
You got to be able to download.
Or else, why are you making this in the first place? If you can't natively play games, you're done.
Yeah. If it's like a PlayStation Portal scenario, no, absolutely not. I mean, charge $500, $600 for this thing, and if you can download games, play them natively, like you said, have expandable storage options, just go all in, just do it. And I think that's a great direction for Microsoft if they're going to go the all digital route, streaming route. Everything's an Xbox route. Like, I still want them to have a piece of hardware, but I don't see myself getting the next console, and that bums me out. But I just don't see myself spending another $500, $600 on the Game Pass machine. Like, I'd rather have something cool in my hand to play, like a handheld. And then like I said, if you want to sell a dock on the side, that gives me the option to connect to my TV or monitor or whatever, so be it. But I think if they're going to do it, just do
it. And then I think the main problem with Xbox, this is a problem of one of 100 problems that they have, but they're still delivering on promises from the 2020 Xbox showcase.
Yeah.
Like Fable still hasn't come out. Perfect Dark, Avowed, like all those games are still either 2025 or TBD.
Yeah.
And because of that, no one's going to want to buy another Xbox like a home console.
Yeah.
I mean, just like you were saying, I think people would flock to a handheld that plays games natively, but I mean, Xbox has kind of lost like the hardcore consumer base's trusts a little bit, and they just need to go like the mass appeal route and just have Xbox everywhere, have your handheld device. Hopefully the hardware is good enough at that point where you can like play like high fidelity games on a handheld. Because I mean, we don't know what the Switch 2 is going to do, but you take what Switch 2 can do, add a year and a half of hardware innovations, and then maybe you're at a really, really good point for an Xbox handheld.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I mean, you still have your Game Pass on there, so you can do all your Game Pass stuff. You still sell all the games like you normally would. I think that's the way they should go. Just abandon the traditional console, because I just don't see them making one, to be honest. Like I really don't. Like just another series, whatever they call it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Terribly named Xbox console.
Yeah, it just makes zero sense for me. If they're going to stay in the hardware space, I think handheld is the way to go. Yeah, but that's rumored to come out in 2026. So I mean, we could be hearing about this thing sometime this year and then launch next year. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
And then our last one before we wrap up the show, Switch 2, man. Switch 2 has been leaking like crazy ever since Christmas. There is a lot of stuff out there. I'm sure most of you guys have seen it, but I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and throw some images on screen. So we're looking at kind of this is a mock-up that people. This is kind of what it looks like. We've got a bigger screen. Got the little fancy C button, which we're not quite sure what it means yet.
That is chat, maybe.
Chat. I'll talk about this here in a second, but maybe a community button.
Like a Miiverse thing.
Yeah. So these are more or less what the Joy-Cons are probably going to look like. I kind of like this a lot. I don't necessarily need like the multicolored Joy-Cons like we originally got, but I like this. It's still like
it's like the subtle color.
Yeah, the subtle difference. So you still know what's what, but and the colors on the. Of course, this is all grain of salt. We don't actually know, but I mean, it looks legit, right?
It looks legit. I mean, that's the thing, and this. It looks like the SL and SR buttons are bigger too. Like those will be easier to press. It'll be easier to hold it sideways.
Yeah,
which I think is great, and And what like the rumor now is that like the Joy-Cons can act as a mouse. Like you can hold it on its side and it has like a laser pointer that makes it kind of act like a mouse. That's the current.
Yeah, it's got like
leak or rumor.
Yeah, let me pull up exactly what you're talking about. Let me switch my screen real quick. Here we go. All right, so this is what you're talking about. So yeah, it's got like an optical sensor right here. So like, yeah, you can. Someone's got like a little video playing here, but yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I don't know how many games are going to implement that, but I mean, I think a lot of people, and maybe this is just Nintendo's thinking. I think a lot of people play their Switch like on the monitor, like on a desktop. So I mean, how cool would it, like Metroid Prime 4 using a mouse and keyboard, or like a mouse and keyboard kind of thing? Because you can already plug in a mouse and keyboard to the Switch. So that's already an option to play. But yeah, I mean I think that's pretty neat. I don't know how their first party games would implement that, or if it's just kind of a gimmicky thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like logistically, I have no idea how it would work. Even with something like Metroid Prime 4, I would assume you'd still need like the face buttons on the right Joy-Con to, change your visor or change your weapons or jump or whatever have you. But I'm sure they'll do something wacky with it. I'm sure they'll have some sort of game that launches with the system that takes advantage of all the new Joy-Con technology.
Yeah.
But
here's like another look, and like
just basically everything's leaked except for the games and the OS.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's at this point, that's the most exciting thing. I mean, that's the most exciting thing anyways, like the games. Right. But yeah, I mean, this looks really sleek. Like if this is what it looks like, I mean, just like the undertone of the orange and the blue on the Joy-Cons underneath the sticks, like it looks like a really, really sleek system.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, these are kind of like the mock-ups of there's the back of the Switch. So yeah, I mean, it's got more fans than the original dock has, so maybe it can get a little bit more power out. There's a look at like the magnetic strip on there. So yeah, I mean, it looks. I don't know about that logo. Okay, these are all just kind of fan stuff, but yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, it all looks legit, and we're not those type of people that were like, oh, Nintendo's got to reveal it now, otherwise they're never going to sell a Switch 2 or something. It's like it's not that serious, but also it's like, all right,
it's like things have leaked.
You have got to be. I'm sure they're thinking about pushing up their reveal date more than they did before.
Right, and I'm sure they won't because they've already probably spent tens of millions of dollars on these marketing campaigns and ad runs and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they're keeping an eye on all of this stuff because it's clear that Switch 2s are being manufactured.
Yeah,
everything's getting leaked about the hardware itself. So I'm sure they're keeping their finger on the pulse to see if any actual games leak or if any OS stuff leaks out. Because right now we're just seeing the hardware. That's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
but it would suck if Mario Kart X leaks or a new 3D Mario leaks. Like
I still want to watch the reveal trailer and get excited and not have everything spoiled for us. Going into it. That's the worst part about leaks that I know you and I both hate is it just ruins these fun surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull up this one last image and then we'll wrap everything up here. Here's a look at I think this was like a 3D printed thing, but in comparison to like the Steam Deck, so it's a pretty big system. If these are all true, so same with the PlayStation Portal, pretty big.
I don't think I can see it.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. There we go. Dang, so in comparison to the Steam Deck, which Steam Deck's a pretty beefy boy.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Portal versus the original or versus the OLED. So that's a pretty significant
it's a big jump.
Size difference. Yeah. So I'm excited. I mean, I know what this stuff has been leaking and we don't know 100% sure what's real or not, but it feels real. And yeah, I'm still excited.
I don't know if it'll be this week. We'll see. I really hope it ends up being Wednesday. Because if not, like I don't know if it'll be next week because of Donkey Kong. I think that drops.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow, 10 o'clock, they'll announce that direct. Or do you think they do a direct, or you think they just drop the trailer, drop the reveal?
I think they would announce the trailer.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if they would do it like the night before, like they did with the Switch 1.
That is true, yeah.
To catch people in Japan as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could see something tomorrow, though. Could see some sort of announcement or announcement of an announcement.
Yeah, because they you know, we follow everything. They haven't tweeted today, and they're normally tweeting every single day about something. You know, Donkey Kong is great to come out. So again, nothing from that.
Yeah.
So they're being very, very quiet, oddly quiet. So we'll
see.
We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, I think that is going to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone watching and listening to the audio version. First episode of 2025 down. Feels really good. Got our fantasy drafts picked. Very excited for that stuff. It's gonna be a big year in gaming.
Yep,
it's gonna be huge. Very, very excited to see what happens.
Huge.
It's gonna be huge. All right, guys. Well, you could follow us on all of our social platforms, X, TikTok for the near future. We'll see what happens with that.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think that's everything. YouTube, all that good stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.